Hello and welcome to the Girl That Went For It podcast. I'm your host, Johanna Scholz, also known as Johanna Lian on Instagram, and author of Believe in Life, How to Dance in the Rain. If you want to live your dream life and become the best version of yourself, then this podcast is for you. I hope that I can inspire and encourage you to never give up and to always believe in yourself. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Johanna_Liana, for daily content. And now enjoy this episode. When was the last time you cleaned up your life? You got rid of things, you decluttered your wardrobe, your home, whatever it is. In this episode, I'm going to talk about decluttering like the physical things, like your home, getting rid of things. But I'm also going to talk about your mindset and how you can get rid of certain thoughts and how you can just make your life feel so much better. So yeah, join me in this episode. And just a little note here, if you feel like this episode could be something your friends are interested in, feel free to share it. It means a lot to me because I put so much work in creating this podcast and I would love to reach more people with it and share my thoughts. So if you feel like your bestie could benefit from any of these episodes, feel free to share it. It means a lot to me. The other day, actually 2 weeks ago, last weekend, depending on when I upload this episode, Jules and I spent like a whole Saturday cleaning up the house and decluttered the house, like the wardrobes and everything, because we have some big plans for the end of the year and for next year. So it was time to clean up, declutter, get rid of things, and that's when I kind of got the idea to do a little episode about it. And I also asked you on Instagram if you're interested in it, and you said yes. So let's talk about this. So while I was cleaning the cupboards, I threw like 2 big rubbish bags out with stuff that I don't even know why we had it in the cupboards. Or like, I can't even tell you now what it was. Maybe also some old like makeup stuff. I don't know, some like so much stuff. I don't know. We had like so much like toiletries, like shower, like shampoo and stuff, but there was like shampoo that I know I would never use. I don't even know why I still had it in the cupboards. Anyway, I threw so much out. Like I organized one of the cupboards where I have my winter jackets in, and I had like 6 or 7 winter jackets and coats. Who needs that many winter jackets, honestly? And I realized 2 of them I haven't worn for like 2 or 3 years, so it was time to get rid of them. So I made like a separate rubbish bag for things that I want to drop off at the secondhand shop. And honestly, it felt so good to get rid of things. Like it made me feel so much lighter. It's just, I don't know if you've ever done it, but even like when you clean up your wardrobe, it's so satisfying, honestly. It feels so good. Let me list like a few things that you can clean. I mean, you probably know what you can clean up or declutter. But wardrobe, for example. I probably clean up my wardrobe like 3-4 times a year, and I probably should do it more often. It's so satisfying. And to be honest, like I love fashion. I love buying new things that I enjoy wearing, but I also have a lot of stuff. So I went through my wardrobe and literally made like a pile with things that I haven't worn in at least 2 years, maybe 1 year, but I made like one with 2 years. So I know that I'm probably not gonna wear this anytime again. So what I did then was put like a lot of stuff into the secondhand shop pile, and the other part that's still like super new maybe, or worn twice, I'm gonna sell that on Marketplace. But yeah, it just felt so good, and it gives me some room to buy new things now, but just to don't hold on to things that are not even me anymore. Like some of the clothes that I have or had, I kind of outgrown them, like as a person. It's not who I am anymore. This sounds so weird, but that's so normal. Like you might have noticed it as well. You have like a jacket or something that you wore like 3 years ago, but you're not that person anymore. And that's okay. Like we're changing all the time. And I know that a lot of people don't like or are against buying new things or being more mindful. And I'm all for that. Like I'm someone, I don't buy things straight away when I like something and it's here in Napier, for example. I often go into the shop, try it on, don't buy it like straight away, maybe come back the next day or even like go for a walk first in town and then come back and buy it. But what I just want to say here is we're changing all the time, right? I'm not the same person that I was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and I'm not wearing the same things anymore. I have my investment pieces that are definitely going to wear a long time, but it's okay to get rid of stuff that are no longer you, and it's okay to buy new things. I don't know if it brings you joy if you like the sweater so much. I feel like there's a lot of like thinking about, okay, do I really need this? Do I want this? And will I wear it? I think these are the questions that I always ask myself. I can see something really nice, like a nice dress, but if I know I'm only wearing it once, or I don't even know when I'm going to wear it, I'm definitely not going to buy it. But yeah, I just want to say it's okay to throw stuff out, your clothes, and it's okay to buy new things. We're all changing all the time. But yeah, it feels so good to get rid of things, to just, it makes you feel so much lighter. And like, I think it's crazy how I came to New Zealand with only a backpack and a suitcase, and now I have so much stuff, not just clothes, other things too. Like sunnies. I have so many different sunnies, and I threw like 5 out. They were all like sunnies I haven't worn in like 4 years. So why should I keep them? But it just, I remember traveling and I just had like a few choices. It was like 3 shirts, 2 tops. It was so easy and just so good. But I probably wouldn't have that now because I love, like I said, I love fashion. There's nothing wrong with having a lot of clothes. It's more like getting rid of the things you really don't need anymore feels so good. So in the end, I had like a whole rubbish bag full of like a big black rubbish bag, like the big ones. I had like a whole rubbish bag full of clothes that I dropped off at the secondhand shop, which felt also so good because I knew that other people will enjoy these things and find joy in wearing them. And I myself love op shopping as well. Love to find a good find in an op shop. Actually, I have 2 of my winter coats from op shops that I still kept from my 7 winter coats. But I didn't stop there. Like another thing is in your wardrobe, not just t-shirts and pants and skirts and stuff. It's your socks. Honestly, I have like this big pile of socks, like a box where I have my socks in. And do you know the socks, like I don't know how to call them, like the really short ones. And then when you wear sneakers or something, they're, how do you say it? Like they don't stay where they should stay. Like they kind of disappear in your shoe, which is so annoying. We all had that before. But I don't know, for some reason, I always ended up putting them in the washing instead of straight into the bin. Because I know that next time I'm going to wear these socks, it's going to happen again and I'm going to get annoyed. So what I started doing is throwing all the socks out I know I am not wearing anymore. And now I have only socks that make me feel good, that don't disappear. I don't know another way to say it. Disappear in my shoe. You know what I mean when I say this, right? And then moving on to underwear. I also have like this big drawer of my underwear. And I have so many bras, and I always wear like my 3 favorite bras, to be honest. I'm not sure if that's too much information. It's not, because I feel like I do this podcast and talking as if you're my best friend. So I'm just going to share this with you. Like I have like my 3 favorite bras that I wear all the time. And I have probably like 10 bras or more. And I started to throw out like the ones that I'm like just definitely not wearing. Like, why am I even keeping them? Like, they're not comfortable. I'm not wearing them anyway. Like, why should I keep them? And the same with undies. You know how you have like your favorite undies, and then you have your undies for like the comfy ones, and then you have undies you just never wear. Like, they are just sitting in your drawers and you just have them there. They're not even your emergency undies. I don't know, they're not comfy. You see them when you open your drawer, but you never wear them. So just get rid of them, honestly. And what I want to say here for all the girls that are listening, or even guys, but you know how you have like your nice underwear, like your nice lingerie, and you're kind of saving it for a special occasion. I just want to say here, wear it. Like, don't wait for a special occasion. Like with anything in your closet, don't wait for a special occasion, wear it. But I just had to laugh because like I open my drawer and I have like those, like the underwear that I never wear because it's just uncomfortable. And I'm like, why am I having them in here? So I threw them out. And then you have like your undies that you wear all the time because they're so comfortable, and you like, yeah. Anyway, and then you have like the nice lingerie that you kind of wait to wear for a special occasion. Just wear it, okay? Just want to say this here. Maybe a little bit too much information, but I mean, I talk to you like I said, like you're my bestie. So just a little reminder, wear that nice set of lingerie. Okay, now moving on. So decluttering your life is like such a broad topic, but I'm gonna keep on talking about the physical things first before we start talking about the mentally things, emotions, and so on. So let's talk about cleaning up your phone. Have you ever thought about how much shit you have on your phone? Like, I take so many screenshots of like inspirational post or something that I sent to my partner or to my bestie. I mean, the good thing is you can just share things on Instagram, so you don't have to take screenshots. But sometimes I don't even know why I take screenshots, and then I go to my phone and check screenshots, and I just, at some point, sometimes like I just delete all of them because I know I'm not going to look at them anyway. And the same goes with notes. I use the notes option on my phone so much. I think I had like, let me check. I have at the moment 250 notes. I had 500, and then I deleted. I just went down to the notes and just deleted all of them. And the one that I just opened now, I'm going to delete it now too. But I'm just having the habit, I take notes. I write my caption in my notes, for example, and I just leave them there. And then all of a sudden I have like 500 notes that I'm not going to read anymore anyway. I have like some important notes, just like they are the ones that are just on the bottom because they really mean a lot to me. I sent one note from my brother to my phone, and that's the one that I always want to keep on there. But yeah, so get rid of the notes you're not using anymore. I have so many also grocery lists in my notes that I'm obviously not using anymore. So that's another thing you can get rid of on your phone. What else? That's actually something I still have to do. I did it like, I think after we came back from Europe. But you know how you have the save option on Instagram, and I have like little folders where I save things in, but I also save heaps of things that I don't put in folders. And it's so overwhelming. There's so much. I don't know if Instagram changed it, but it would be so good if you just click on heaps of them, like in your library on your phone, and could just delete them. I think it's so overwhelming. And I mean, at the other hand, I also don't really look at all of them anymore. So I really want to get rid of some folders that I have on Instagram where I save things because I'm not looking at them anymore anyway. Let's move on to your laptop, computer, or whatever it is you're using. Like I said earlier, I do screenshots on my phone. I also do screenshots on my laptop. And sometimes I do screenshots of things that I ordered, like the order confirmation, which is stupid because you get an email with it. But for example, the last order that I did, I actually didn't get a confirmation email. So I'm quite happy I did a screenshot because I reached out to them and just said, hey, look, I didn't get an order confirmation, and I wanted to make sure that's not dodgy because I spent like thousands of dollars on it, and I wanted to make sure that I get like a confirmation of my order. So I'm quite happy that I did a screenshot, so I at least have that if something happens. But yes, so screenshot, get rid of screenshots. Like I have so many screenshots on my laptop as well that I don't use, will never look at again. So delete them. Another thing on my laptop is probably my downloads. So I download things daily, like photos, documents, because I'm a social media manager and I create posts for my clients. So I create those posts and download them. I download things from my clients that they send me. So my downloads have heaps of files. And I think it was like just 2 days ago, I went on my computer and I still had the downloads from when I got my computer 2 years ago. They were like thousands of downloads, like photos, files, whatever. I just deleted all of them or left the ones from the last 30 days. But gosh, it was such a good feeling to get some space on my computer. Not that I ran out of space, but yeah, I'm kind of using my download folder as well as like a folder, you know what I mean? It's not just the download folder, but I just have all my stuff in there. But I also know that like 80% of it I'm not using anymore anyway, so I deleted all of that. Felt so good. Another thing you can get rid of and delete is your contacts. Honestly, I don't know, I'm not really good with like what is it called? The iPhone backup. I don't know. I still had contacts from my first iPhone on my last iPhone. Like so many contacts that I don't even know where they're coming from, that I don't even use. I don't know. And I think in April or March, I bought a new iPhone and I finally didn't press the button where it says copy your contacts or whatever. Or I think I deleted it from my iCloud, or however this is working. And I had no contacts and it felt so good. And then when friends would call me, I'm like, oh, who is there? And then I started saving the number. It just felt so good, so freeing not having that many contacts, and what a mission to delete them all. So I'm quite happy with that. So if you like have time, do that. It just makes my energy like so much cleaner. Is that how you would say it? Like getting rid of all like the files on my laptop, on my phone that I'm not using anymore. And also with Spotify, for example, playlists that you have downloaded and not using, just don't download them. You can still have them in your Spotify, but just don't have them downloaded. Let's keep on talking about your phone. Apps, Instagram, or whatnot, what kind of apps you have on your phone. I don't know if you're one of those persons who has heaps of apps on their phone, and just ask yourself, are you really using them? Like, do you need all these apps on your phone? I feel like it's so freeing to just have the apps that you really need and then organize them. Because the thing is, it's all these little things. The little things that are unorganized will make you feel unorganized. And how good is it to have structure, to have like a clean life? I feel like if everything is just so unorganized, it will just make you feel messy in your head as well, like so overwhelming. So having like a organization, how do you say this? Having like everything organized and in order, same thing, it will just make you feel so much better. Yeah, next thing is, or last thing for like things, and then we move on to the emotional stuff. One more thing is your calendar. If your calendar looks overwhelming, I had this like when I came back from Europe. I feel like I always have this because like Europe was like such a break, and then came back to my normal routine, I had a look at my calendar and it felt quite overwhelming because I didn't really color coordinate it right. I had my work stuff in red and it just looks, red is such a bam color, like so overwhelming color. So I started color coordinating new. So all my work stuff is now in yellow, which is a nice warm color. And then my to-dos for the day that are like a reminder is red. But my work to-dos is yellow, but like the to-dos, let's say I have to post something manually for a client, that's in red. Then I have my workouts in blue, everything that I do for myself in like a light purple. And I also use green, but I can't remember what I use green for. But anyway, oh yeah, green is for like dinners with friends and stuff like that. So whenever I look at my calendar and I see too much yellow and red, I know that I have to get like a balance in it. Like I have to do more blue and light purple, like workouts and things for myself, and also see that I catch up with friends or something. So it just really helps me to clean up my life and do more of the things that I love doing. Okay, let's move on to the deep stuff. We now decluttered, we did the theory. You still have to do it probably. But we now decluttered, is that how you say it? Yeah. All the physical things to feel lighter. Now it's time for the things that we don't necessarily see. For example, our feelings, our emotions, and just everything that's going on inside us. And guess what? It's time to reflect. Where in your life do you currently feel not 100% happy? Where in your life do you currently feel not good? What's something that is draining your energy? For example, one thing that I think, it's kind of, again, focusing on your phone, but it has to do with your emotions, is turning off notifications. So I started putting my phone back into flight mode in the evening, which means I don't get any messages. I know I can do not disturb, but then it'll still, you have messages, or like you can see 3 messages while and do not disturb or something. So I put my phone into flight mode so I can still use it for my alarm, but I don't, when I wake up, turn off my alarm, I don't see notifications or messages, especially because I live in New Zealand, and when I get messages from my family, friends, I see them straight away in the morning, and then I feel like I should answer straight away, or it just starts, like I start my morning with thinking about things, like other things, you know what I mean? So it's not that I don't want to get in touch with my family straight away, like I do once I put my phone out of flight mode, but it's just having those the first hour, that's how I do it. Having the first hour just for myself, my thoughts. I do my coffee and journaling in the morning and get ready for the work day, preparing myself for the work day. What am I going to do today? I could basically literally feel when I don't have my phone and in like flight mode or something, it's so draining my energy, like getting notifications from social media, and also in general, I changed the way how I use social media, and I think this is such an important topic. You know, I work in social media, I do social media management, social media coaching on general as social media, and I also post a lot on my personal social media, which I really enjoy. But I gotta say that for some time as a creator in social media, like influencer, whatever you want to call it, I found it so overwhelming, and I could just feel how I didn't enjoy it anymore because Instagram changed like video content and photos, and I just didn't feel like showing up, or it just really drained my energy because it was this constant like competition or like trying to stay relevant, which I just don't enjoy. I don't want to try to make people watch my things. I know that a strategy is really important from the business side of things, because I do like strategy planning for businesses and entrepreneurs on social media. But I didn't want to do that for my personal one because I wanted to use it just for fun. I mean, I love the opportunities I have and doing things like my podcast and reaching people, but I didn't want to have this pressure of I have to stay relevant. And I feel like when you start watching reels and you see those other like creators or other people doing these cool videos, it could easily trigger you. Like it did trigger me, and once I realized that, I was like, whoa, hold on, I have to use social media differently. If I use it like this, and if it's triggering me, that's not how I want to use social media. I want to use it to have fun, to share my thoughts whenever I feel like it. And if you have the same, if you feel overwhelmed watching reels, seeing other people living their best life, and you want to do it and it triggers you in some kind of way, make sure you start using social media differently. Like I just got to say here, I don't enjoy scrolling through reels. I sometimes do it, but I would say longest like 10-15 minutes, because it doesn't give me anything. I know that Instagram is created, like that's just the truth. Instagram is created so you stay on the app. They want you to stay on the app. They want you to keep on scrolling. That's why the Instagram reels have like the endless scroll, like TikTok. They want you to stay on the app. And also for creators, they want you to create content. They want you to create content that is like eye-catching, which is great, like for businesses or like in general. If you want to do that, that's fine. But I just realized that's not really what I want. I want to share what I think, and that's how I want to use Instagram. But that's how Instagram is created. They're rewarding content creators if they are really, how do you say, like, creative and stuff like that, which is great, like great opportunity. But I just realized it's not for me. I'd rather just share my thoughts and share what I like and share when I like without any pressure. But yeah, I've been in this spiral of feeling like you have to stay relevant, which is stupid. So if you have been following me for a while and enjoy my content, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I keep on doing what I'm doing. But I just realized for me, social media at some point just felt really draining, and this is just your reminder to think about how are you using it. Who are you following? Are the people that you're following make you feel good? Are the people that you're following inspire you? Or do you feel like it's draining your energy? Not in the way of what they're saying is wrong, but more like, are you comparing yourself to them? Are you feeling like you gotta be better? Are you feeling like you have to be like them? Then stop following them. Just really focus on what makes you feel good when you open up social media. Are there like people, that inspire you and push you to get out of your comfort zone, but not in a bad way, not in a way like you feel like you're behind in life, because no one is behind in life. Anyway, next thing you could get rid of or like think about, like not saying like get rid of them, but just think about, like, I feel like I said a lot of like then. Just think about the people you surround yourself with daily, weekly. Do they make you feel good? If not, it's time to change something. I'm not saying ditch your friends, not at all, but just reflect on, do they make you feel good? Do the people that you surround yourself make you feel good? Do, like, let's say you have a hobby, does it make you feel good? Does the people at your hobby, like whatever it is you're doing, make you feel good? Just like really who you surround yourself with, because there's this saying, you are the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. So just make sure that the people you surround yourself with are people that lift you up, or like you can learn from them, or you just feel good when you hang out with them. Another thing is to get rid of emotions you don't longer want to have. I know this is easier said than done, but sometimes we have these emotions. We have a down day and we don't reflect on it. We just feel down and we stay in this victim role, which is so easy to do. But if you start really thinking about, okay, why am I feeling this? Where is this coming from? What would make me feel better? You can start getting rid of these emotions and you can start living a more positive life and also a life that feels lighter, just better. And also, maybe you realize that sometimes you have these thoughts of like, oh, I can't do this because of that. You can get rid of them. Like, you can declutter those thoughts as well. Once you are aware of them, once you decided, okay, I don't want to feel this way anymore. Why am I telling myself this? Reflecting on where's this coming from, and then change the thought, because the thing is, your thoughts create your reality. Everything that you think will stay in your mind. Your subconscious mind is so powerful. You're not even aware of your subconscious mind. It's like 95% of your mind. And it will stay there. So if you tell yourself you can't do something, you won't. So cleaning up your thoughts is so powerful and so important. And what I cannot say often enough is writing your thoughts down and having a look at them and being like, I don't want these thoughts anymore. I want to change them. And once you do that, once you are aware of what you're thinking, you can get rid of them. You can put these thoughts in a rubbish bag, like all your clothes, like all the things you want to get rid of. You can put your thoughts in there too. Maybe you visualize that even, like, I'm putting this way of thinking in the rubbish bag and I'm gonna throw it away. Sometimes we need this little like picture in our mind to do things. And then you can create a new thought of what you actually want to think. If this is something you're interested in, if you're interested in how your mind works and shifting your mindset, I invite you to my group coaching, which starts today in 4 days. So if you want to join, the link is in the show notes, and it's going to be a 4-week group coaching with 4 live calls. You have lifetime access to the coachings and weekly check-ins and weekly exercises to shift your mindset and live your life in the most authentic way ever and in the best way ever. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for listening and enjoy decluttering your life.
Well, that does it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in today. If you like this episode and don't want to miss any new ones, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share it with your friends or on social media. It really means a lot to me. It will help me to create this podcast. You can find me on Instagram, Johanna_Liana. I'm always happy to connect, so flick me a message if you want. Enjoy the rest of your day, and always remember, it's a beautiful day to have a good day. It's a beautiful day to be alive.